So, for our next problem, so bala ang pinapahanap sa atin dyan, una is the quadratic equation or quadratic function that model Kim's revenue. So, bali guys, to get revenue, this is just equal to the number of crates, no? Let's say number of crates multiplied by what? Multiplied by the price per crate. Okay. And then, pinapahanap din sa atin the number of days the grower should delay shipment in order to get 25,000 revenue. So, bali guys, no? Kung kukunin natin yung revenue, so makikita natin dyan guys, yung present revenue is equal to what? So, the present number of crates is 400, while the price or the present price is 60. Okay, so yan yung present revenue natin. Pero sabi sa problem, so we'll have 20 or Kim will have 20 more crates. No, we'll have 20 more crates. Sabi dito, each day that shipment is delayed. So bali may variable tayo dito guys. So let us say, ang x natin dito is equal to the number of days, no? Number of days that the shipment is delayed. So paano natin ilalagay itong x na to? So, pag na-delay tayo ng 2 days, so this will be 40, di ba? Pag na-delay tayo ng 3 days, this will be 60. So, ilalagay natin guys dito si x. And then sabi dyan, so, each day the shipment is delayed, the price per crate decreases by 2. So, bale ito guys. Halimbawa, na-delay tayo ng 1 day, this will be minus 2. So, 2 days, this will be 4. So, bale ilalagay din natin dito si x. Okay. So, bali guys, na-form na natin yung equation ng revenue considering that kind of condition. So, let us get now the quadratic equation. So, bali guys, so i-simplify lang natin itong dalawang term na to. So, bali mangyayari, so i-multiply natin ito. So, our revenue will be equal to, so this will be 2,400 and this will be plus, so ito naman i-multiply natin. So, this will be plus 1,200x. So, multiply natin ito dito. This will be minus 800x. And, so, i-multiply natin ito dito. This will be minus 40x squared. So, simplify na lang natin guys itong equation na to for revenue. This will be equal to negative 40 x squared, this is plus 400x plus, so this is 24,000, no? This is plus 24,000. So, bala ang sagot natin guys for the equation of revenue will be ito. Okay. So, sabi dyan, ilan daw yung number of days, so, kung saan yung shipment is delayed such that the revenue is equal to 25,000. Okay, so we have to find the value of x at which r is equal to 25,000. So, ilagay lang natin yan dito. So, this is 25,000. Ito, this is negative 40x squared plus, this is 400x plus 24,000. So, bali galing dito guys, no? Pwede tayo maka-form ng quadratic equation. Sabihin natin, this is 40x squared. This is plus, or this is minus, no? Ilipat natin, this is minus 400x plus, so this is plus 1,000 equals to 0. So, isolve natin itong quadratic equation na to using quadratic formula. So, divide lang natin ito guys, no? By 40. So, bali magkakaroon tayo dito ng quadratic equation which is, ano ba? Which is x squared minus, this is 10x. So, 1,000 divided by 40. So, this will be 25, no? This will be plus 25 equals to 0. So, bali guys, so we have a quadratic equation. So, solve natin ito. So, pwede by factoring, pwede rin by quadratic formula. So, since itong equation natin, factorable naman siya kaagad. So, we can get the value of x, no? So, i-factor lang natin ito. So, factor ni 25 is 5 and 5, no? This will be x minus 5. Ito naman, x minus 5, and this is equal to 0. So, bali pag kinuha natin guys, no, yung root natin dito, so, x minus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore, x sub 1 natin is equal to x sub 2, which is equal to 5. Okay. So, for our next problem, so sabi dyan, we have a tennis court that measures 24 meters by 11 meters. So, ilagay natin guys dito yung tennis court natin. So, bali sabihin natin, ito yung width natin or ito yung length natin na 24, while ito naman yung length natin na 11 meters. So, sabi dyan, a border of constant width daw is allowed around each court, and the total area of the court and its border is 950. So, bali guys, pwede tayong maglagay dito ng border of uniform width. No? So, di natin alam kung ano yung width na yan. So, let us set that as our variable. No? So, sabihin natin itong width na to guys, this is equal to x. So, ganun din dito sa kabila. No? This will be equal to x. So, kailangan nating hanapin itong value ng x na to. So, mangyayari guys, kung may x tayo dito na width, dito meron din tayong x, no? So, ang total length natin guys, this will be equal to 24 plus 2x. So, while dito naman sa kabila, or ito namang width na to, this will be equal to 11 plus twice the width of the border. So, this is 11 plus 2x. So, sabi dyan, ang area ng court and then area ng border is equal to 950 square meters. So, bali guys, pag kinuha natin yung area ng court, this will be 24 plus 2x. No, length lang times width. This is 11 plus 2x. So, bali makukuha natin dito is equal to 950 square meters. So, simplify natin guys, no, itong equation natin to solve for the value of x. So, 240 divided by 11. So, bali magkakaroon tayo dito ng, so, this is 264 plus, okay, so 24 times 2. So, multiply natin ito and then ito. This will be plus 48x, no? So, ito naman, i-multiply natin. So, we will have 22x and we will have plus. So, multiply natin ito. This will be 4x squared. So, bale ito guys, this will be equal to 950. So, simplify natin yung equation na yan. This will be 4x squared. This is plus, so this is plus 70x. And this will be, so 264 minus 950. So, 264 minus 950, this is equal to, so this will be minus 686 equals 0. So, by quadratic formula guys, no? So, kunin natin yung roots ng equation na to. So, ang x natin will be equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So, bali guys, no, ang a natin dyan, this is equal to 4. So, b natin is 70. And we have c, which is negative 686. Okay. So, substitute lang natin guys din sa quadratic formula natin. So, we will have, so negative 70. This is plus square root of, or plus or minus square root of 70 squared minus 4 times AC. And this is over 2A. So, this is 2 times 4. No? So, kung kukunin natin guys yung unang root natin, so considering the plus sign, so, bali makukuha natin dyan will be, so, bali ang unang makukuha natin dito guys is negative 24.5, while yung pangalawang root naman natin, considering the minus sign, so, this will be equal to 7. So, bali guys, no, since ang pinapahanap is width, imposible naman tayo magkaroon ng negative na width, no? So, obviously, ang sagot natin for this problem will be, so, ang uniform width na kailangan natin ilagay, such that the total area, guys, will be equal to 950 will be 7 meters. So, in this problem, so sabi dyan, the path of the particle is given by this equation, f of x equals to x raised to 5 plus 7x cubed minus 18x. Okay. Sabi dito, kailangan natin hanapin yung number of times na nag-cross siya sa x-axis and the location where the particle where the particle crosses the x-axis, no? Say for example, guys, ilagay natin itong function na to sa Cartesian plane. So let's say this is your x-axis. Ito yung y-axis natin. So express natin ito as a function of x. So pag meron tayong curve, the point kung saan nag-intersect yung curve natin sa x-axis, so obviously, ang value ng y natin dyan, this is equal to 0. No? And then, the value of x that corresponds to these points, yan naman, or to this point, ito naman yung tinatawag nating root. No? So, bali dito, kailangan pala nating hanapin yung value ng x at which what? F of x is equal to 0. So, ano kaya ang gagawin natin dito? So, bali guys, ang nakikita natin dito, this is the real x-axis and this is the real y-axis. So, pag meron tayong equation, so alam natin guys na meron tayong real roots, no? Meron tayong real roots and meron tayong imaginary roots. So, bali guys, para malaman natin, no, yung number of times that this particle given by this function, no, nag-cross siya sa x-axis, kailangan nating hanapin dito yung yung number of real roots. Okay. So, paano natin hahanapin yung number of real roots? So, apply lang tayo dito, guys. Ginamit na natin ito. Apply lang tayo ng, so, Descartes rule of sign. Okay. So, using Descartes rule of sign, so, yan na guys yung f of x natin. So, pwede natin makuha dyan yung maximum possible number of positive root. No? Okay. So, bali kung titingnan nyo guys, ilang beses ba tayo nagkaroon ng change in sign dyan? So, isang beses lang, di ba? And, kung titingnan nyo yung equation, may common factor tayo na x. So, ibig sabihin yan, so, automatic meron na tayong isang zero root. No? Kasi kung titingnan nyo, ang degree naman ng x na ma-factor out is just 1, no? So, para malaman naman natin yung maximum possible number of, so, bali ito guys, positive root ito, no? So, kunin naman natin dito yung maximum possible number of negative root. Para makuha natin yon, so, gagawin natin, kunin lang natin si f of negative x. So, this will be negative x raised to 5. This is plus 7 negative x raised to 3 minus 18 times negative x. So, this will become negative x raised to 5 minus 7x cubed plus 18x. So, bali dito guys, nakita natin na meron din tayong isang sign variation or change in sign, no? So, ibig sabihin, the maximum possible number, and this time naman is negative, no? Negative root is just equal to 1. So, meron na tayong 1 na maximum positive root, 1 din na maximum negative root. So, di na natin to pwede bawasan, guys. And, sure na tayo na merong isang 0. So, since 5 ang highest exponent natin dyan, so, bali, guys, we have 5 total number of roots. So, ang real roots natin is isang positive, isang negative, and then isang 0. So, kulang pa tayo ng dalawang root. So, saan natin ilalagay yon? So, basically guys, no? Tatlo lang ang nakuha natin na real root. So, ibig sabihin, yung dalawang root natin dito is a complex roots, no? Palagi naman talaga yan na even number, no? Imposible ka dito magkaroon ng add. So, para makuha na natin yung number of times that this function crosses the x-axis, so alam na natin yung number of real roots, di ba? So, we have 3 real roots. So, therefore, ang sagot natin dito is 3. Okay, so, alam na natin guys kung ilang real roots meron tayo, no? So, we have 1 negative, isang 0, and isang positive. So, yung dalawang root natin dyan, dalawang other roots, are complex root, no? So, ngayon, ang concern na natin is hanapin kung ano ba yung value nitong negative root na to, ano ba yung value nitong positive root na to. So, kung titingnan natin guys, yung degree ng equation, so we have a 5th degree equation. So, ano kaya yung solution na gagamitin natin or method na gagamitin natin para makuha natin yung roots? So, bali guys, itong method na i-introduce ko sa inyo, this is actually an approximation method, no? So, specifically, ang tamang term natin dito is intermediate value theorem. So, paano ba natin ito ginagamit guys sa pagkuha ng root? So, say for example guys, ito yung root natin. Sabi sa intermediate value theorem, mau-obtain daw natin yung root by observing the behavior of the function. So, paano natin ma-observe yung behavior ng function? So, kailangan natin dito guys, mag-set ng values of x, no? Mag-set ng values of x and hanapin natin yung corresponding values of y. So, bali, magsiset tayo dito ng value ng x, hanapin natin si value ng y. So, bali, pag nakita na natin yung behavior ng function, sabi dito sa intermediate value theorem, makukuha daw natin yung roots between two boundaries, no? Between two boundaries kung saan yung value ng function, no, let's say in this example, the function is equal to y, nag-change in sign or nagkaroon tayo ng change in sign. So, in this case, so nagkaroon tayo dito guys ng change from positive to, so yung y natin dito is negative. But actually, pwede rin magkabaliktad, no? From negative to positive. So, ngayon guys, paano natin ma-obtain ito? Okay. So, after natin malaman yung interval kung saan posible mag-fall yung root, no? Again, so yung location kung saan pwede natin makuha yung root is between two x values kung saan yung y natin or yung value ng function is nag-change in sign. So ngayon, after natin malaman ito, so we have to observe again the behavior of the function. So gagawin natin dyan, so papalitin natin yung boundary hanggang sa ma-isolate natin yung roots. So paano ba natin to gagamitin itong intermediate value theorem na to? Okay. So i-apply natin guys dito sa function. So again, we have to get the values of y at a certain value of x, no? So, bali guys, ito yung independent variable natin while yung y natin is the dependent variable. So, since may calculator tayo dito guys, malaking tulong to para makuha natin yung roots. So, anong unang gagawin natin? So, unang gagawin natin is you go to menu number 3. And then, so magtatanong yan guys ng f of x. So, ilagay lang natin dito. Okay, yung function na kukunan natin ng root, no? So, we have x raised to 5 plus 7x cubed minus 18x. Okay. So, you press equal. So, wag mong pansinin guys yung g sub x. So, sunod na itatanong sa inyo dyan is yung start and then yung end. So, start and then end. So, actually guys, no, yung start and then end na yan, so yan yung interval kung saan i-observe natin yung behavior ng function. So, say for example, i-observe muna natin yung behavior ng function dito sa negative x-axis. So, since ang calculator natin guys, so 30 set of data lang naman ang kaya niya, so sagarin natin yan. So, start tayo guys dito sa negative portion. So, from left to right ang behavior, no? So, this is from negative 30. So, let us say up to negative 1. So, bali yung step na ilalagay ko dito, okay. Lagay lang natin ng 1. So, bali no, pag prines natin yung equal after nitong step, so may lalabas guys dito na ano. So, ayan, makikita nyo sa calculator, may lalabas na value ni f of x no from negative 30 to negative 1. So, may mga values yan ni f of x. So, bali, so makikita na natin dyan na between negative 1 and negative 2 or negative 2 and negative 1, so nakita natin guys, no, nag-change yung value ng function. So, from negative 2 to negative 1, nag-change yung value ng function natin or yung sign ng function natin from negative to positive. So, ano ibig sabihin yan? So, ibig sabihin yan, so yung root natin or the possible value of root is in between negative 1 and negative 2. So, anong susunod natin dyan? So, bali ito na guys yung isa-set natin na interval no, ng function natin. Okay. So, bali babaguhin lang natin dito guys yung start and then yung end. So, lagay natin dito, negative 1 or negative 2, dapat mauna, negative 1. So, tingnan ulit natin guys. So, dito papalitin pala natin yung step, no? So, ilalagay natin dito, 0.1. So, titingnan ulit natin, saan ba or saan bang values ng x mag-change yung sign ng y. Okay. So, bali guys, makikita natin dyan na nag-change yung value ng f of x between what? Between negative 1.5 and between negative 1.4. Okay. Actually, this is a repetitive process. Paulit-ulit natin na gagawin until ma-obtain natin yung roots. So, babaguhin na ulit natin yung step dito. So, lagay natin dito is 0.01 naman. Okay. So, bali dito guys, makikita nyo, no? Yung value ng function ulit natin, magbabago na naman from negative 1.42 to negative 1.41. Okay, so dito, between these two values, nandiyan yung possible negative or yun yung real negative root natin, no? So, by observing in the table, guys, makikita nyo dyan na at x equals to negative 1.414, the values of y or f of x is approximately equal to 0. So, therefore, the value of negative root in this equation is ano? Negative 1.414. So, nakuha na natin guys yung negative root. Kunin naman natin yung positive real root. So, the same procedure ang gagawin natin or gagamitin natin. So, kanina nakita na natin yung negative root, di ba? Okay. So, para makuha naman natin yung positive root, so, input pa rin natin itong function na to. So, babaguhin lang natin yung interval naman. So, i-observe naman natin yung behavior ng function on the positive x-axis. Okay. So, start tayo guys. So, ang x is equal to 0 is also a root, di ba? So, start tayo at x is equal to 0. End tayo guys, let's say, positive 29. Okay. So, tingnan natin guys sa calculator, saan bang values ni x magkakaroon tayo ng change in sign of y values, no? Okay. So, bali makikita natin dyan guys, no? Na nag-change ulit siya from ano? From positive 1 to positive 2. Okay. So, ibig sabihin pala, between 1 and 2, nandoon yung root natin, no? Okay, so, tingnan pa rin natin yung behavior ng function. This time, ano naman? So, between 1 and positive 2 lang, no? So, bali ang gagamitin natin ditong step. Okay, gamitin natin ditong step since maliit na yung boundary natin. So, liliit na yung step natin, no? So, gamitin natin dito 0.1. Okay. So, i-observe ulit natin saan ba tayo or saan ba magkakaroon ng change in y values, no? Change in sign of y values, no? Okay. Tingnan natin sa calculator. So, makikita nyo dyan, guys, between 1.4 and then 1.5. So, dyan, nagkaroon na naman tayo ng change in y values. So, anong isusunod natin dito? Okay, between 1.4 and 1.5, nandoon yung root, no? So, halimbawa, dito sa point na to si 1.4, dito sa point naman na to si 1.5, possibly yung root natin is nandito sa loob ng interval na to. So, tingnan natin yung behavior ng function dyan sa interval na yan. So, lagay naman tayo dito ng step. Ano naman ang ilalagay nating step? So, since maliit na to guys masyado, so, yung interval na or yung step natin, liitan din natin, gawin natin 0.01. Okay. So, saan naman guys nagkaroon ng change in y values? So, tingnan natin sa calculator. So, magkakaroon tayo ng change in y values between 1.41 and 1.42. So, nandito na sa loob ng interval na to yung possible location ng root natin, no? Okay. If you observe again the behavior of the function, so ngayon naman, so mas pinaliit natin yung boundary, no? Between 1.41 and then 1.42 na lang. So, ngayon guys, ang step natin dito, so liliit din. Ilagay ko dito, 0.001 up to 3 decimal places. Okay. So, bali guys, dito makikita na natin, no, between 1.41 and 1.42, the values of x at which the values of y is almost equal to 0. So, katulad nung nakuha natin kanina, 1.414. So, pinagkaiba lang is yung sign, no? So, bali ang positive root natin is equal to 1.414. Okay? For our next problem, so we have, sabi dyan, the volume of a cube could be doubled down by an increase of 6 centimeters in one edge, increase of 12 in second edge, and decrease of 4 centimeters in the third edge. So, pinapahanap is the new length of the second edge. So, let's say guys, we have a cube. So, ang volume ng cube, pwede natin makuha. This is just equal to length times width times height, diba? So, equal yan yung length width times height. So, we can say that, sabihin natin, x na lang, no? X raised to 3. So, x represents the length of length of edge ng cube. So, pwede raw natin itong madouble, itong volume na to, kapag daw. So, pare-parehas naman yung edge nila, di ba? Which is equal to x. So, yung unang edge daw, i-increase natin by 6. Yung pangalawa, i-increase natin by 12. And yung pangatlo, so, magdi-decrease tayo dito by 4 centimeters. So, kailangan nating hanapin dyan, guys, is Okay, so this is the first edge. Ang kailangan natin is the length of the second edge. Okay, kailangan natin itong x plus 12. So, of course, before we get that, x plus 12, so si x muna hanapin natin, di ba? So, bali guys, so since may v na tayo, which is equal to x cubed, so ilagay natin yan dito sa equation natin, no? So, let us say this is 2 times x cubed equals to x plus 6, and this is multiplied by x plus 12, and this is multiplied by x minus 4. So, balang equation natin dito is of third degree. So, expected natin na meron tayo ditong tatlong roots, no? Okay, so balang gawin natin dyan, guys. Paano ba natin makukuha itong root na to? Okay, pag kumukuha tayo ng root, ang ginagawa natin is Ini-equate natin to 0 yung function or yung equation natin, di ba? So, sabihin natin dito, ilipat na lang natin itong nasa right side, pupunta dito sa left side. So, this will be 2x cubed minus So this is this is x plus 6 multiplied by x plus 12, and we have x minus 4. So bale ito, this is equal to 0. Okay? So bale itong nakikita natin guys, pwede natin to actually express as a function, let's say f of x, no? So anong gagawin natin dyan? So kanina, no, nakita natin na nag-solve tayo ng root of 5th degree pa ngayon. So ngayon, meron tayong cubic function. So para ma-solve natin ito guys, gamitin na natin yung ginamit natin kanina, which is si intermediate value theorem, no? So using intermediate value theorem, we can get actually the roots. So bali guys, ang kagandaan nitong intermediate value theorem, so pag practical yung, pag alimbawa kinukuha natin yung root sa isang practical problem, so pwede na tayo guys makakuha kaagad ng, boundary. Boundary kung saan magpo-fall yung expected natin na root. So in this case, kung titingnan natin guys, so bali ito yung equation natin for volume, di ba? Equation natin for volume. So, sabi dito na doble yung volume natin, di ba? So, we have this third edge equals to x minus 4. So, kung maglalagay ako dyan ng, o halimbawa, yung length ng edge natin is equal to 4. So, ano mangyayari guys sa volume natin, or sabihin natin sa new volume ng cube natin? Actually, magiging 0 siya, di ba? So, pag naging 0 yan, so, parang mali. Kasi bakit? Ang sabi sa problem, madudouble nga si V, no? So, andi dito si 2V. So, bali guys, pag naglagay naman tayo ng value ng x which is less than 4, let's say 3, 2, ano mangyayari dito sa third edge natin? So, bali itong third edge naman natin will be negative, which is hindi rin tama kasi nga volume ang pinag-uusapan. Imposible tayo magkaroon dito ng negative na length, no? Okay. So, ngayon, ano pala yung expected natin na root? Ano yung expected natin na value ng root? Okay, so ang expected natin na value ng root is actually greater than 4. So pag alam na natin ito guys, actually we can solve this, we can solve this equation na using the table mode in the calculator. Ano nang gagawin natin? Okay, so you go to menu number 3. Okay, menu number 3, and okay, so i-input natin itong function na to, no? So input natin yung function na yan sa fx991, pwede rin sa 991 using mode 7, no? Pero ang gamit natin ngayon is 82350EX, no? Okay. Paki-input ng function, and so after na ma-input ito, so you press equal. Okay. So magtatanong ito guys ng boundary ng approximation natin, no? So let us say, ang lower limit natin, lagay natin dito sa start. So, expected na natin na walang value less than, or sabihin natin, less than 4, no? Or less than or equal to 4. So, lagay natin dito si lower limit, which is si 4. So, bali guys sa upper limit, so, tayong bahala kahit anong ilagay natin dyan. So, in this case guys, ang gawin natin, i-maximize na lang natin yung capacity ng calculator. So, lagay na lang tayo dito, 33. Kasi, kaya ng calculator natin up to 30 sets of data, no? Okay. So, para mahanap natin, guys, itong value ng x or yung root. So, bale, yung value ng x na yan, guys, makikita natin at makikita natin yan in between x values in which the corresponding values of y or f of x will change in sign from negative to positive, or pwede rin na from positive to negative. So, bali guys, makita natin na nandiyan yung 0 natin. Okay. Pag tiningnan natin sa table guys, from 4 to 33, so makikita na natin dyan na okay. So, at x is equal to 5 to x is equal to 7, so ang value ni y is nag-change from from positive to negative. Actually, nakita na natin dyan na yung x is equal to 6. Ang value ng y or corresponding ng value ng y is equal to 0. So, baba pa tayo. Tingnan pa natin, no? Papunta sa 30. So, nakita ulit natin dito na merong ano? Meron ulit another value of x na nagbigay sa atin ng 0 value of y, which is c. X is equal to 12. The value of y is also equal to 0 at this point, no? So, tingnan pa natin up to 30. So, nakita natin dyan guys na okay, yung value ng f of x palaki na ng palaki. No, wala na tayo nakikita na nag-change in sign. So, bali guys, nakita natin dito na meron tayong dalawang root from 4 to 33. So, ang tanong dyan, posible ba yan na maging edge ng or length ng edge ng cube natin? So, actually guys, no, since positive naman ito, ang sagot natin is yes. So, what about the other root? Ano kaya yung value ng other root? Since cubic yan. So, dalawang root pa lang ang nakuha natin. Ano kaya yung value ng other root? Okay guys, ang pinapahanap lang naman is length ng edge. So, since nakita natin na wala nang tataas pa sa value na to, sa 12. So, expected natin na third root is what? So, expected natin na third root is nandito yan sa mga value na to, no? Which is less than 4. So, di na natin yun concern, guys. Ang kailangan lang natin is ito. Okay, so, for the final answer, no? For the final answer, so, bali ang length ng second edge natin, so actually, pwede yan maging ano? Okay, x is equal to 6. So, pwede yan maging 18. Pwede rin yan maging ano? So, 12 plus 12, this is equal to 24. So, ang sagot natin guys, no, for this problem is ito.